Hi, it's Craig here, and I'm just getting ready to go live on justin.tv/CraigTube. But before I do, I wanted you guys to see some behind the scenes footage of how I actually do this broadcast. Now, as you can hear, it's really quiet in here right now. Well, that's about to change, because once I start the music, start the Skype calls, and start all my antics and all the stuff that goes on in this room, it's just going to be crazy. So it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to show you a little bit of behind the scenes in a moment, but first of all, for those of you who haven't checked out my justin.tv live stream, and you know who you are, every Friday night at midnight, I go live on the internet on justin.tv/CraigTube. It's a live audio, video, radio show that I do. I take phone calls through Skype. I play the best music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s in full CD quality stereo. We talk about home brewing. We talk about all kinds of things. There's a chat room that you can go in, you can chat with everybody, you can ask me questions, you can call in and ask me a question. It's a full-blown radio show. It's just not on the radio, it's on the internet. Now, I have a lot of fun doing this, and I hope that you guys who haven't checked it out yet, including some of my family members, will stop by soon and have a go and have a look and just see what I'm up to. It's a lot of fun. Again, it's Friday nights at midnight, so that's Friday evening, 12 o'clock midnight. It turns to Saturday morning, I guess, technically, but that's what time it happens, and that's Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see some of you you guys in there that haven't been in, and including some of my family members too. My mom came in on New Year's. That was awesome. She stayed and hung out for a while with my Aunt Kathy. So I really, really appreciate that. That's awesome. Now, so it's music, it's talk, it's home brewing, it's chat room, it's phone calls, it's you know, it's interaction with me, and a lot of good times, and I really enjoy doing it. I've DJ'd weddings, I've DJ'd bars, I've DJ'd parties and get-togethers, birthday parties, anniversaries. I love DJing, and I like doing it live on the internet as well. Now, let's turn the camera around here and show you exactly how I do this. Okay, pardon me if I'm a little shaky, because these little flip cams are hard to hold still. First of all, here is the camera, one of the cameras that will be shooting me as I do the live broadcast. And this camera is pointing over in this direction, and that's what you will see most of the time when you're watching my live cast. Of course, I'll be sitting there playing the music and answering the phone calls and whatnot. Okay, so what we've got here primarily is we've got, actually, I just have to kill this screen here for a sec so I can show you all of my software. There we go. So what we've got here is the microphone that I use. I did a review on this microphone a couple of videos ago. It's the MXL990 microphone. Beautiful thing. Okay. I've got my computer screen with all the software that I use. I'll go through that in just a moment so you guys can figure out how I do this. I've got my mixer where all of the audio goes through the mixer and back into the computer, so I can control it manually with the mixer. And again, I'll explain all that in a moment. Of course, there's my beer. That's usually always there when I'm doing my live broadcast. I've got a turntable down here in case I want to play some old records, some old 45s. And over here I've got some outboard equipment that I use to add some effects to the broadcast, echo, reverb, things like that. Okay, so how does this all work? Well, here's where I sit. Let's put a pillow on the chair to make it nice and soft. And basically I've got my software here. And let me just go over what's on the screen here. Okay, first of all, this is a program I use called Winamp. It's a free program. I've been using this for years and years, and it never fails me, and it's a great program, and it has lots of great features. It also keeps track of your music, so I can type in a search for, the Bee Gees on that line there, and all the Bee Gees songs will come up down here. So it's very easy to find the song you're looking for. I have two of these running because that allows me to queue up songs on the other one. When this one's already playing a song, I can queue a song up on this one, and then I can crossfade between the two. It's like having two turntables. Okay? These players have a library of all the popular music that I listen to on my iPod, so mostly I will be getting my music selections from that library. Okay? Up here, I have what's called it's casting software. And this is actually what I'm using, and you can see me in there right now. Hi, how are you? You can see me, and I can actually switch between this camera and another camera that I have, which is over here. That's my cheap old webcam. And it's focusing down here onto my mixer, and it lets everyone see how full or how empty my beer is. Okay, because the broadcast is primarily about homebrew, but we talk about all kinds of things. Okay, so I can fade between the two cameras, and I can also use, I've got some other station identification things here, and some other graphics that I use during the broadcast. Okay, so that's how that works. The other software that I need to use is Adobe Flash Encoder. And this program allows me to actually stream the broadcast live out onto the internet. Okay, so what's the difference between these two? Well, this one here takes all the inputs, the different cameras that I have, any graphics that I have, any videos that I might want to play, and it mixes them all together. It lets me switch between them. And then it sends it all off onto this thing here. That includes the music as well. The music, the video, my microphone audio, everything gets pumped through this program here, and it mixes it all together, and then it ends up in here. This program is the, excuse me, is the program that actually sends the broadcast out onto the internet. Okay, there's certain settings here that I have to make, and things I have to put in to tell it where to send it so that you guys can see it. And that's how that works. Okay, over here I have my my chat room, which is empty at the moment because they're not in there yet. I'm not quite ready to go online yet, so it's just empty. Soon that'll be filling up with people waiting for me to go live. This window here, this is another whole slew of music library that I have, which is basically all the Billboard Top 100 songs for years ranging between 1967 and 1995. I have all those songs. Okay, plus I have a whole bunch of rock songs and a whole bunch of country music as well. So I have a lot of music, and there's not a lot of stuff I can't play. Okay, so that's the screen and basically how it looks for me. Plus I've got Skype running somewhere down in here. Where's that? There's Skype there. Skype allows you to call me for free from anywhere in the world and ask me a question. Okay, so that's the screen, and that's how it works. Now, how do I get the audio from my microphone, from my turntable, and from my computer all mixed together? Well, this is the magic culprit right here. It's a mixer. And here's how it works. I take the music, the Skype calls, and any other audio that gets produced in the computer, if I'm playing a video or whatever it is, all of that gets sent out through the line out jack of my sound card. You know, where you plug in your speakers. But instead of plugging in speakers, I plug that into my mixer. So all that music, Skype calls, and any other audio that I'm producing on the computer comes into the mixer on this channel right here. So I can control the volume. If the song gets a little loud, I can turn it down. If it's a quiet song, I can turn it up. And these meters here tell me how loud it is and whether I need to turn it down. If the meters go into the red like that or into the yellow like that, then I need to turn it down so it doesn't distort. I like a nice clean sounding broadcast. My microphone, which is right there, it comes in through this channel here. Okay, so I can turn my microphone off if I'm not talking, and I can turn it on when I'm ready to speak. My special effects, which are my reverb, delay units over here, they come in through these two channels. And so I can turn them off and on whenever I want to add that effect as well. This channel here is actually my lapel microphone, the one that I'm wearing right now for this video. See, if I turn this volume down, you can hear that it changes the volume. I don't generally use that during my broadcast, but I'm using it right now. These two are empty. This is, again, my computer output, and this is my turntable. So if I want to play a record, it comes in through here. Okay? So all the audio gets brought into the mixer either through the line out of the computer or through plugging in microphones, various devices into the mixer. It all comes into here and it all gets mixed together. Now this is the audio portion of the system. So all of that audio then leaves the mixer through a USB cable and goes back in to the computer. Okay, so some of it originates from the computer and some of it originates from microphones and turntables and whatnot, but it all ends up in the mixer, and then when it comes back out of the mixer, it goes back into the computer through a USB cable. Okay, so then what I do is I just tell my software to listen to the USB input and use that as the source of audio to send out onto the internet. So whatever gets put through this mixer is what gets sent out over the internet. Okay, so just to recap, I've got two cameras. That's the video part. This camera is hooked in through Firewire. This camera is hooked in through USB. They both come in through, one second. They both come in through here, through this program, and then they get sent to here for the live stream. The audio comes from the computer, it comes from the microphones, comes from the turntables and whatnot. It gets fed through the mixer, it goes into the computer through a USB cable, and it ends up in here. And this program mixes those two things together and sends them out onto the live stream, the justin.tv/CraigTube. And that's how it all works. I'll just back up here so you can see the entire sort of system. Okay, with the camera there and all the stuff. I got keyboards and stuff back there I don't use very often, but they're there anyway. And that's it. So when I sit down with my camera here, this is what I see. I look at my camera, there's my microphone when I'm talking into it, there's my screen, and I can see my mixer and I can access my turntable. So this is from my point of view when I'm doing the show. Okay, so that's it. That's how this Justin TV broadcast works. And it's a lot of fun. It's a little bit of work. I have to tell you, if you're going to be really serious about doing something like this, I mean, you can do it without the mixer. And a lot of people do. But I have to tell you, if you're going to get really serious about doing a broadcast like this, either on Justin TV or a podcast or, you know, or whatever it is you're going to do, I would highly recommend you pick yourself up a mixer because it makes it so much easier to control the audio, and everything that you plug into your everything that you would normally reach around the back and plug into your computer and struggle to find out which hole it goes in and everything else, you no longer have to do that. You just plug it all into the mixer here. The plugs are at the back. You just pick a channel, you plug it into that channel, you turn that channel up, and that source, audio source, will go through the mixer and back up into your computer, so you can either record it or you can send it out live through the internet. Okay, so that's a rough overview of how it all works. And as I say, it's quiet in here right now, but in a couple of hours it's going to get pretty crazy. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to hear some great music talk about some great subjects, take some great phone calls, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope all you guys who haven't checked it out yet will at some point find some time to stop by, come into the chat room, say hi to me. Say, hi, Craig, my name is, yeah, hi. Hi, brother, hi, sister. Hint, hint, hint. And hopefully you can hang around for a while and have a beer and enjoy the tunes. Any friends and family of mine that haven't stopped by yet, I really wish you would, just to see what the heck's going on. I really would enjoy the support. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching. This is how it all works, and we'll see you Friday night, midnight Eastern Time, justin.tv/CraigTube. Be there. I'm out.